Okay, we got something new to show you today, and we're going to go ahead and build it. We're going to put it together and show you guys how to do it. It's a real simple. It's a little kid's little airplane, and these are shelves they put up on the wall. See? Okay, and then there'll be some little hooks here in the back, so you can hang it on the wall and put some little items and stuff the child has. They like to have it in the room. We have made another one here. We've been working on them, and this is the one we changed from that one over there. The reason why was we did because we kind of made these flat in the back here, so they would the hooks would lay back there. And we have a couple of them here, and it'd give a place for these little hooks, or not little hooks, but little brackets that go on the back side of them. So that's basically all we changed in it. So we're going to go ahead and start on this one. Real simple, not much, a little bit of wood here, not too much. When you get start making them like I was doing, is I would just use one and then go ahead and use it as a pattern. So you need two boards, and these are going to be the wings, and one is 21 inches long by 3 3/8 wide. And they're 3/4 inch boards, so you can get them in town, the regular boards. So you really probably don't have to cut them down or anything if you don't want to. And then we have another one that's 22 inches long by 3 3/8, or 3 3/4, what I meant. Okay, and then we did the little curves on the end. What we did, we just took a paint can like this and just set it on a corner, and then draw the circle. You know, draw the line around the paint can. That's how we got the ends cut. And then we put it on sander and sand it. But you can take a scroll saw if you want. You got a hand scroll saw or something, just go ahead and cut it off so you can get it closer. If you only have a palm sander to sand, it makes it a lot easier and quicker. Okay, so let's see. What's the first thing we're going to start? Well, we need to start with the wings, of course. And if we start with the top ones, let's see. If we start with the top, the board needs, yeah, let's go ahead and start with the top board. So let's turn this top board up this way. And let me give you the measurements on, okay, where I got the wings set. Okay, so these will be the two, these will be the two little blocks, I guess you want to call them, that come down, and then the wings, you know, sit on similar, like I said, on this here. So we'll go ahead and give you the measurements and where I have the screws at. Let's go this way. So let's set them back in. And what I did, let me explain to you a little bit what I did so I can get these screws the same. And what I did is, that's right, I used the bottom one. The bottom one's the smallest one. And I measured in 4 inches. Okay? And then I put a mark, and I measured on this side 4 inches. And then I put another mark. And of course I used my square to go across and make a nice straight line. But you should put straight lines in it, because especially on the bottom side of it, okay? Because I'm going to show you how to line it up. So that's how we got. So we got 4 inches here, 4 inches down here, and then we put a straight line, and then we countersink those, okay? Let's see. What else did we do? Okay, well, okay, let's start. That's how we got these ones. And then these two center, this is the center. Right here would be the center one right here, and that would be for this, the little propeller type slash seat thing. It would go in on this one here, and then these two would go on for the two little the legs where the wheels are at, you know what I'm saying, so they'll stick down. But you have to kind of do kind of like one thing at a time, because you're going to have to put those legs in there. So if we decide with the top, and okay, what I'm saying is I laid it down on top of here like this. I lined it up, I'm sorry, I lined it up, and then I took a 1/2 inch from here, 1/2 inch up here, and put a mark, and then I just lined up like this, and I drilled down through the 4 holes. That's all you need, 4. You don't need these on the top wing. You just need these 4. So that's how I got them to line up. Okay, so we set this up this way, and then I think I had, I don't know if these ones, one of them was already pre-drilled, some of them, but I wasn't absolutely sure where I put them at. I put marks on. Okay, so they would went that way. This one go here. Start this way. This. I guess. See, I shouldn't have pre-drilled those. Okay, so that one here. Oh, there it is. This one here. Just like that. So I'm going to do it. I'll go this way. And this will go this way, and this will go this way. We don't want to put that on right yet. Let's just go ahead and put this one here on. Now, if I put it close enough to the end of the table here, I can put a clamp on them, but I'm going to go ahead and put some glue. I mean, you don't have to put glue on this. I think the screws are strong enough. But I'm just so used to putting screws down and everything. See, I didn't put no lines on that. This needs to put some lines on this. Now the other one I did, I just didn't get them on this one. Okay. That's right, I gotta make sure. You have to make sure these are turned the right way. If it flips, it goes this way, okay. If you don't, then you're gonna get your set off. You look down here, can I see it? Nope, cannot see it. Put a clamp in the back of this. Get it closer. Now you might have to put a square on like I'm going to do here. And square that up. There you go. Now, I'm using 1 3/8 screws. I just thought they would come out a little bit better. Seemed to work pretty well. Now, if you use pine or a softwood, you know, it's a lot easier to put the screws down in. Just make sure you pre-drill those screws, because now you're drilling down on top of that board, and you could have the tendency to crack it if you don't pre-drill them. Okay, now this is the top piece. Okay, so this would be the top wing. Okay, now to put the bottom on, like I said, we have to put the two little legs on the bottom, because see, they're pre-drilled this way. So the countersink part's going to be up here. They're not going to be like this one here. So if this would go in, it would go like this. See? Okay, so now we got to put the two pieces up here like this. See? Now this is one of the boards where I got kind of mixed up a little bit on the countersinking. That's what I was trying to tell you. I ended up countersinking it twice, but it should work out okay. Let's see what it does. No, wait, but I'm going to do it now. See, I'm doing it backwards right now. See, that's what happens. It goes this way. Put a little glue on it. See, I was getting ready to do it myself. Yeah, I think that's that one that's kind of screwed up. Screw is. Get this thing out of the road here. Thing down a little bit. Okay, I just got to make sure those are straight to put the dowel rod. Now we've used all 3/8 drill bits and the dowel rods. All the holes are drilled to 3/8, and there we go. Yeah, that'll work. So we want to keep that opened. I'll show you here in a minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and we can go ahead and put this other wing on. Put them together here. Put them up this way. Okay, looks good. Hope that lines up. I pre-drilled those. Yep. Okay, now let's go over the pieces I've already put on there. So I like to go over it. So we'll do a measurement on this, and we're going to start with our top blade. Like I said, a top wing. Like I said, the top wing is 22 inches by 3 3/4. The bottom wing, this one here, is 21 by 3 3/4. And then I cut these pieces in here, the ones inside. They are 3 1/8. Now you can make them 3 inches. What wood I had, okay, by 6 inches long this way. So there's 2 of those, okay. And then when we did these bottom ones here, they're 3 inches this way, okay, and then 1 1/8, okay. And then of course the holes are 3/8. So you want to make sure when you put the holes, just put them as far as you can at the top of the board here. You know, don't go too far because it'll be too thin. And then of course your dowel rods. The wheels were cut to a 3-inch. Okay. Now the thing about the wheels is, I was messing around. I put them on the saw or on the bandsaw, and of course I cut the circle out of them. And then I wanted to run the router on it. You know, have a small palm router. But you got to be careful. You know, you run the router, you can cut your hand. So what I did is I took a longer piece of wood, okay, and I clamped it to the edge of the table, and I drilled a hole, in a 3/8 hole with, you know, the drill bit, and I drilled down through it, and I stuck this and this here, and I dropped it down inside, just like that. You know what I mean? Down inside the hole. And then when I did the routering, I just kind of grabbed the hold it like this just a little bit and held the router and just kind of twisted real lightly. But you got to be real careful because, you know, your fingers are real close to that router. If you can get this thing from moving, it'd be great. If you can get it, you know, so it doesn't move, you know, you can keep your hands away from it and go around it. But I couldn't get it to keep from going around it. So unless I put a, you know, something like this in it, and then maybe put a screw or something in it to expand that dowel rod so it would move. But then you're doing a couple of them, so just be real careful with that, okay? Now, the spacing I did for these two right here is kind of what I did is, I can see, if I went from like the inside of here out, it'd be 9 inches on both sides, okay? So it would be from the inside out 9 inches, inside out 9 inches, and then put this in the center of that wing. Okay. Now we built this thing here. This is we come up with a couple of different ways, and I thought this was just a simple something that was pretty easy. What I did is stuck 3 boards. I'm gonna grab a whole couple boards here, and we just took 3 boards. And you can make this longer if you want to make it come out further than what I did. But just some scrap wood, glue them together, clamp them up, of course, leave them let set overnight. And then we took the can paint and just set it up here like this. And then we sketched the around it. And then once it was all glued, we put it into the sander, disc sander. Now you can cut that down if you want with a scroll saw, your hand saw. Or a small bandsaw, or whatever you have, you can cut it down and then sand it with a palm sander, so it won't be so much to sand, because it does take a lot to sand it. Now, the way we got this little groove here, and I thought a couple of different ways, and I'm going to explain to you. I just cut straight through, just to kind of, because it, just kind of gives it a look that it's got like a little seat here in it. But I used 1.5 inch dowel rod, or not dowel rod, 1.5 inch Forster bit's what I used, and I kind of cut half of it instead of the whole thing. If you wanted to do it easier, you would get a longer piece of wood, drill the hole through it, and then cut the wood in half on the saw. It would be a lot easier than the way I did it. Okay, but if you wanted to, I thought another way of doing it is kind of like this side here. Just cut part of a little moon out of it. This side, cut a little moon out. Maybe cut this one down like I did, a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? So the center one would kind of look like it was setting, like it would kind of set down inside a little bit further. If you wanted to do it that way, to give a little bit more detail, if you like. So we started out with this piece here, and it all comes out to 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 5 1/4. Okay. Like I said, if you want to make it bigger, just make it, make it longer or wider. Or, be creative. Whatever you want. Or you can do the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever you think that you would like. If you want to do a little extra, do a little extra. It's great. I mean, it's great to be creative. Now this one here is a 5/8 by 5/8, 5/8 by 1/2 inch is what it is. So it's 1/2 inch this way, 5/8, 7 inches long. You can do that different too if you want. But remember, it's 7 inches long. It's 1/2 inch wide by 5/8 wide. And then I took it on the sander, and I just kind of sanded the edges down. Just kind of taper it down here, down on this side. Kind of make it look like a propeller. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to turn it a little bit, and then you cut part of this off, and then you turn it again, cut a little part, kind of get a little bit of a twist for a propeller. But it's just a little simple thing. Now the inside dowel rod is, like I said, all the holes are cut 3/8, and this is a little 2 inch piece. I had some little pieces and thought I'd go ahead and start using them up. Then this one here is 1.25 inch round. You can make it square. If you don't have the way to make it round, you can make this a small little square and sand it real nice and kind of round it off. Give it some of its looks, the way you would like to do it. Now, I thought about one thing was not to actually, just to glue this part right into the dowel rod, and then to leave the rest of it not glued. The reason why is because, well, I would say, kids like to twist things, and if it's not glued in there and just the tips glued on, just the top glued on, if they decide to, crank it around or something, they won't break it off so quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I gave you guys, like I said, the thing. I think I gave you the measurements off the wheels, but the axle itself, it's a 3/8 axle, and it's 6 1/4 axle. And I didn't glue my the last couple. That one was done, but I didn't glue these other ones. The reason why I didn't glue them yet, the axles, and glue everything all up like this piece and things like that. It's because I'm going to take it apart and sand it. But you can see how the little wheels and just drill straight through them and then just even it out, you know what I'm saying. But right now you can't put this on there. Just keep it off there because you got one more thing to do. Okay, and we have to put this part on it. So we're going to pull this off the front because I don't want to break it. And then put some glue up in here. Okay, and then let me get a screw started up here in the top. I just put one in it. I think it's plenty, you know. Let it come through a little bit. And of course, I got it countersunk here in this, but this is the center, so I had to make this the center too. If it's off a little bit, let's just don't worry about it. I can't even there. It's supposed to be flush with the back side of it, but you don't always get it the way we want it, as long as it has somewhat, you know. And make sure you, I always say, if you got a square, just, yeah, make sure it's squared up a little bit. And now we can go ahead and put the wheels back in it, or back on it. So we had a little bit of time for some of that glue to set up, and you know, like on these things and this, and then you can get in there sanded. I glued the other wheels on. On the other one, I glued these on. One of them I left off, I think. I glued the other one. That's why I could just kind of take it apart this way, and then put your piece here onto it. And that's it. That's it. The only thing you're going to have to do is put some plugs in it. You know, use your 3/8 dowel rod. Make you some, always put them in there, glue them, and then just cut them off. But you can cut little plugs. I don't like getting my fingers real close to those machines like that. But that's it. That's what we got. Just a simple little thing. Put your plugs, sand it up real nice, and then, like I said, we have a couple. Now you can pick out which one you want. You know, for the hangers on the back, I like something, you know, pretty heavy duty, you know what I mean, something heavy. So we have these. Let me show you one in a package. You can pick these up at Walmart. I think that's where I might have got these at Walmart for a couple dollars. So two of them come in a package. You can see what they look like here. And then they come with two little screws, a little slot thing like that. Now you might have to drill with a bigger drill bit, you know, back here in the back. Sometimes you don't. Depends on what type of screw, because that does have a way that you can it kind of sinks like back in. It gives it a little bit of room so a screw or something can fit in there. So, but if it did bulge or something, you know what I mean, you can just take and put it right here, and then go ahead and drill, you know, a little hole back in there. So when you put a screw in it, it's going to go back in a little bit if you want. If it doesn't work, you know, like you want it to. So there you go. This is really nice. I mean, if you're gonna make these, you can make these or you can sell them. I mean, I would say they would sell. I'm pretty sure they would. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you that, you know, you're going to go out and make millions of dollars off of woodworking, because that's not the way I think. Woodworking is only based on what your area, how people buy things. I mean, people might not even buy this, you know, but I think it would sell in my area for sure and make pretty decent money. And once you start making these, make them as, if you're going to sell them or give them as gifts. I mean, that's a great thing to do. I mean, people love these things. Like I said, use these things like put one on top of the other, and try to use the patterns and drill it that way. You get a lot faster than have to do all that measurements, because like I said, I measured 4 inches here to get these holes on the top, 4 inches from the outside, and then I laid it down on top of here, measured 1/2 inch, took off here, 1/2 inch over here, and I set it right down on top of there, and I drilled down and got those 4 holes again. You know what I'm saying? But then the rest of it, like I said, just center, and then you get your measurement for your wheels. I think I gave you a measurement for the wheels, but simple. And this one here was just some wood I had, like I said, and I wanted to go ahead and just build it out of the oak to see what it looked like. So, but really nice little things for kids. I mean, if you got a kid's room, and they'd love that, put that up on a wall and paint them different colors. That's what I'm going to do here, so I don't have to worry about it. This one, I'll probably keep this one for myself, just to, you know, something you built. But then this one here, I think I have this one, and then of course I have this one here I just built. So we got 3 of them all together, and they're going to be sanded down. And I don't know, probably might give one away. I have plans to give them one away. Maybe sell one, give one away. So, okay, that's it for today for the little shelf airplanes, and for your child's bedroom, or just put them anywhere. I mean, you can put them in where you're at. So real simple. Just take your time, enjoy what you're doing. That's the main thing. And like I said, always say share with somebody, give a gift. It always makes somebody feel a lot better. That's what we all need to do. But you know, you can sell these also too. Sell a couple, give away a couple. Rewards come back to you a lot. So, okay, if you have any comments, just leave them down below. And if you guys like the video, if you haven't subscribed to it, please do. Leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate those. It helps me out a lot. And you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.